obsessed with this drug and dependent on it, where I would take it and I would just smoke a bunch of cigarettes and just like be in this high stimulating state 24/7, you know, do like all-nighters and just work and feel like it's almost like that the drug gave me back that feeling that I was missing. Yo, what is up? Holy shit, this is fucking weird, man. I haven't done a video in about a year. Damn, it's been a while. My hair is a mess. We need to get a haircut, honestly. Damn. Really hope the wind isn't too loud so you guys can hear me. But yeah, whoa, shit, it's been a wild ride. Honestly, I wanted to share a few stuff. Just want to talk about just what's been going on, where I'm going. Check this out. I'm in a park in Israel, Tel Aviv. It's a huge park. There's like a theme park over there. You see the Ferris wheel? Used to go there all the time when I was a kid. Pretty nostalgic. So I basically wanted to talk about success and what it meant, what it means to me. Maybe you'll learn a lesson or two. It'll be an interesting short talk. Honestly, I don't really have like bullet points or anything, or just like taking a walk here in the park and like, hey, why shouldn't I just do a video? It's been a while and I don't know, I felt like this urge to share, so why not? Basically, what's been going on with, not only with me, I've noticed it's been going on with a lot of people, and it's kind of this theme that entrepreneurs go through, successful people go through, drastic people go through, which kind of goes hand in hand with entrepreneurs, is when I first got started running like my business and I wanted to do stuff online. It came from like this childlike wonder, this magical realm of possibilities and infinite opportunities. I wanted to be this, and I wanted to be a public speaker, and I wanted to live in a big house, and I wanted to have a hot girlfriend, and I wanted to have an expensive watch. And it all seemed so glamorous and magical. It was like an amazing dream-like state. And that fire, be it materialistic or shallow, which it was, it still ignited a huge flame in me. And that flame allowed me to put in my life into my work, into creating, into influencing, working, like 16-hour days. I don't even like to call it work because it wasn't a job. It was just going full force into something that you almost feel like it's not in your control. It's almost like this godlike feeling. To make a long story short, well, it's definitely not going to be short, but eventually I got successful. I left my home country. I left when I was 18 or 19, I left Israel, which is where I'm in now. And I left with my business partner at the time, which now is my lifelong friend. And we moved to Texas, and we really hustled hard there. We really put our life's work into it, and we got successful. We started doing e-commerce. Super interesting time. It was almost like, when you first get started in this world, it's you almost enjoy the suffering. You enjoy this hustle that you're in. It's almost like this all or nothing feeling. It's almost like you're on a mission. Damn, the wind here is pretty intense. Yeah, hopefully I'm not gonna need to record this whole thing again. But yeah, so that was successful. Eventually we made it. I started teaching. I started posting a bunch of content online. People really like that, apparently, which was a huge boost to my ego. But it felt good. I was doing something good. I was helping people. I was posting content. It felt like the right thing to do. Traveled the world, spoke on stages, made a lot of money, had a $40,000 golden Rolex. Eventually, I just felt depressed. I felt like I have all these things, what the fuck is wrong with me? Why am I not like the happiest person on earth? It's almost like cliche at this point, where it's like, ooh, money doesn't make you happy, but it doesn't. It helps. But usually the people that are going, and the very high achievers, extreme type A personalities, not everyone, but most of them, from what I know, are basically doing what they're doing to kind of fill this gap, fill this hole, fill this emptiness that they're feeling. And this is where these drastic measures come from. And you know, when I have achieved all of that, I still felt this intense emptiness. It was a very weird feeling, because like, if this doesn't make me happy, then what does? You know, I was still enjoying what I was doing to some degree, but as time went by, I started to notice that even like, I stopped really loving my job, not my job, but my work. I stopped really liking it. It almost started to feel like a chore. This is like, I don't know, it's like 4 years ago, almost 3 years ago maybe. So what do you do then, right? Like, what's wrong with you? Do I go to like a psychologist? Do I go to a psychiatrist? Do I go to Peru and do some heavy drugs? Well, at that time I didn't even know that existed, but eventually I stumbled upon Adderall, stimulants, right? I don't know if any of you are taking Adderall or have taken Adderall, but it's a hell of a drug. So Adderall is an ADHD medication. It's like Ritalin, but it's much more stronger. It's basically amphetamines. It's a very similar compound to crystal meth. So I stumbled upon Adderall and I took it, and oh my god, did that solve all of my problems. Basically solved everything. It was like, wow, this is what I needed. I guess I have attention. I guess I have ADHD. So of course I need to take this and feel extremely happy. Voice crack still at 26, but I guess I need to take this, and this feeling of being extremely stimulated on speed is probably natural because I have ADHD. So started taking that. Things started to pick up again. I was happy. And that eventually spiraled into close to a two-year addiction, where I was like heavily obsessed with this drug and dependent on it, where I would take it and I would just smoke a bunch of cigarettes and just like be in this high stimulating state 24/7, you know, do like all-nighters and just work and feel like it's almost like that the drug gave me back that feeling that I was missing, that childlike wonder feeling. And that gave back to me, like everything was magical and everything was novel, you know, like what drugs usually do when you're trying to escape reality. The drug basically it gives you that feeling that you know you're longing for, and that was what I was feeling. I'm not gonna go too deep into that story because it's quite a hell of a story. I might do a video specifically on my drug addiction, but eventually, oh shit! A second, I stepped on like some wood. Eventually started having insane anxiety, panic attacks. I got off it. To make a long story short, I got off it. Now I didn't want to make this whole video on that, but it's an important piece of information, because it shows like what we're capable of doing to reach success, or to feel successful, or the lengths that we will go for to achieve what we want. And at that time I didn't really know what I wanted. In retrospect, it feels like I wanted to feel like I'm living a meaningful life, a fulfilling life. The money, I didn't really care about the money at some point. It was more about doing something that excites me. And the more I worked my ass off, the more I kind of ventured off of what really gave me passion and fulfillment. And I started just doing things more from a place of fear rather than a place of love and creation, which is what a lot of people do. A lot of people go through that, and you might relate. Well, you know, it started off as a passion, it started off as this mission, and now you find yourself stuck in something that you don't really like doing, in a position that you maybe not hate, but you just feel like you can be doing something better. And it's almost like you're afraid to step back because you're afraid of what you're gonna lose. And that's how I kind of felt almost every day. Because you know, my backstory in short is I used to run a Facebook ads agency. I did Facebook ads courses. I had like the biggest Facebook ads community group in the world. Was on the news a few times, but I didn't want to be that. It just didn't feel right. So I had two choices, right? It's like I either continue living this life and not really enjoying it, not really being fulfilled, but doing it because I don't know, it seems like the right thing to do. Because you know, you have it all, you're not just gonna give it away, right? You have this community, you have this following, you have this business, you're making all of this money, you can't just throw it away. But something in me felt like I needed to throw it away. I needed to kill that identity. There was like this spiritual calling almost to just let it go. You might be in a similar situation where you're still doing the same thing and you want to take a step somewhere, but you're too afraid. You're too scared to just step out of your comfort zone and do what you know is the right thing to do. Now, this is a lot easier said than done because our mind is a nasty being, and it will find every single reason to keep you in your safe zone, your comfort zone. At the end of the day, it's trying to protect you. It's a survival mechanism, but at a certain point, we have to evolve beyond what we think, who we think we are, and what our mind thinks of us. Especially if we feel that we've been stuck in a situation for very, very long. Again, everybody's story is relative to them. But yeah, at a certain point, I just like, okay, I need to cut this off, which kind of ventured me and threw me off into a very deep, dark night of the soul. If you guys know what dark night of the soul is, it's basically a period of your life or a phase of your life where there's utter meaninglessness and very deep depression, anxiety. I'll probably do a video really breaking down that experience, which lasted a very long time for me. The second you start to face the things that you were scared of the most, you step out of your comfort zone, two things usually happen. One of them is there's a huge sense of uncertainty, a huge sense of fear. But there is a voice in you that knows that this is the right thing to do. I sold a few assets, but mostly closed the businesses. Take a break from work completely. Think with myself. I lived in some meditation ashrams for a while, went to nature, traveled a bit, really detached from almost all technology work, social media, to really learn about myself. Because at the end of the day, what we're really striving for is novelty. We want something new, we want something to change. It does mean leaving our comfort zone, and when we're young and when we're driven, it's almost like, for a lot of us, it's almost like second nature to leave our comfort zone and to go towards fear. But the more we get established, the less we do that. And this is how you die. This is basically how you passively just die, by not doing something new, by not pushing yourself to your limits, however that might be. Like, for example, for me, doing this video is somewhat of a leaving my comfort zone in a way, because I haven't done it in so long. It feels super weird for me. But I don't know, I'm gonna do it anyway. I don't even know if I'm gonna post this. But I just felt like this urge to rant about this for a couple minutes. But yeah, anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about. Why success can really suck sometimes. And be careful not to lose yourself in this race. There's really nothing that can stop us. Venturing into uncertainty, being aware of where we are, talking to ourselves, these things are very, very important. They're crucial, not only for success, but for happiness, which is at the end of the day what we all want to some degree. But yeah, there's so much more I actually want to talk about. I'm not going to talk about it in this video, but I might do some more videos if you guys are interested to hear my story or what I've learned from making millions of dollars, losing millions of dollars, becoming a public speaker, traveling around the world, drug addictions, and coming out of it stronger at the end of the day and more wise. Yeah. Anyway, hope you guys like that. Talk to you soon. Have a good day, night, wherever you are. Peace.